Imagine you're at, well, a really fancy dinner party. You sit down, look at your place setting, and there are like 5 different forks sitting there.
Right, and you have absolutely no idea which one is actually for the salad.
Exactly. So what do? You casually glance at the person next to you and just, do whatever they do. That instinct right there, that's social learning in a nutshell.
It is. And today we're doing a deep dive into Albert Bandura's social learning theory. We're looking at a stack of counseling case studies to see how therapists actually harness this exact instinct to help people overcome things like anxiety and conflict.
Yeah, because before Bandura, traditional behaviorism treated humans almost like, well, like lab rats. The whole idea was that we only learn through direct rewards or punishments.
Right, but Bandura completely flipped that. He realized human learning is actually highly cognitive. I mean, we don't just wait around to get a treat or a shock. We actively observe the people around us, we plan, and we mimic.
So, okay, if a kid is getting bullied, just telling them to ignore it rarely works. How does a counselor actually use this observation instinct to, get a better reaction out of them?
Well, they use something called modeling. So instead of just giving verbal advice, the counselor will physically act out the desired behavior.
Right, like the middle schooler from one of the clinical cases in the text.
Yeah.
Let's call him David. He's being relentlessly teased, and his default is just to fight back, which obviously just gets him suspended.
Exactly. So in that case, the counselor actually plays the role of David and physically demonstrates taking a deep breath, looking for a friend, and just walking away.
Oh, wow. So they acted out right in front of him.
Yeah, and neurologically, this reduces the cognitive load on David, because when you just tell someone what to do, they have to imagine it, translate those words into physical actions, and then somehow execute it.
Right, which is a lot of steps.
It is. Seeing it removes all that guesswork. It just provides a crystal clear visual blueprint of what success looks like.
Okay, let's unpack this, though, because watching someone calmly walk away from a fight makes perfect sense in a quiet office. But doing it when you're in a crowded hallway and, your heart is just pounding out of your chest,
Oh, absolutely.
that gap between seeing and doing feels massive. So how do we bridge that gap?
Well, that's exactly why modeling alone usually isn't enough. To bridge that gap, counselors use behavioral rehearsal.
Behavioral rehearsal, so practicing it.
Right. You take that visual blueprint and immediately practice the physical mechanics in a highly controlled environment. Take another case from the text, a client named Nicole who suffers from severe anxiety.
Okay.
Her counselor teaches her deep breathing, but they don't just, explain the concept and send her home.
They actually have her do it right then and there.
Exactly. Inhaling for 4 seconds, exhaling slowly, all with the counselor giving step-by-step feedback. It's really about bypassing the panicked brain entirely.
So Nicole is basically building physical muscle memory. That way, when stress hits, her nervous system already knows exactly how to trigger a relaxation response.
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly it.
That reminds me of hitting golf balls at the driving range. You're building that muscle memory in a perfectly safe, flat, consequence-free environment.
Right. The stakes are totally low.
Yeah, but out on the actual golf course, the wind is blowing, your ball is in a sand trap.
Yeah.
It's completely unpredictable. So how do you prepare a client for a real conversation where the other person might not follow the script?
Well, just like you said, the driving range isn't enough for the real world. That requires role play, because behavioral rehearsal is strictly about practicing mechanics, but role play introduces real-life twists.
It forces the client to improvise.
Exactly. Consider a group therapy client from the chapter, Tina. So Tina feels completely ignored by her friend Stacy, but she has absolutely no idea how to bring it up without just freezing completely.
So the group actually brings the situation to life.
Yeah.
Someone steps in to play an unpredictable, maybe even defensive Stacy.
Yeah, the person playing Stacy might push back and say something like, "Why are you freaking out?" Suddenly, Tina has to navigate a highly dynamic, real-time dialogue.
Which is terrifying, but necessary.
Right. She has to manage her own rising emotions while dealing with unpredictable reactions. It's a highly realistic testing ground.
She gets to test out her assertiveness in a scenario that feels incredibly real, but, without the real-world fallout if she does happen to freeze up.
Exactly, because she can literally hit pause, get feedback from the group, and just try again.
I love that. There's just a really elegant progression here for mastering any social hurdle in your life. You watch the behavior to get the blueprint, you practice the mechanics to build the muscle memory, and finally you test it dynamically with unpredictable variables so you're ready for the wild.
It's an incredibly practical toolkit. And honestly, the most empowering part of this research is what it proves about human nature.
which is what?
That you aren't permanently wired to your current coping mechanisms. If you have a habit of blowing up in anger or shrinking away in anxiety, you can systematically rewrite those neurological reactions.
That is huge. So, since our behaviors are constantly being shaped by observing the people around us, take a look around today. Who are the models in your daily life, and what behaviors are you subconsciously imitating without even realizing it?